Hope you guys enjoyed it. Had a nice little time on the back end talking with Urban about lots of fun stuff. We finished off, the Div B game. We saw Spooners take a 3-0 dub. Can't really say it was close because it really wasn't, to be honest. But now we got a Div A match, which is going to be Final Boss versus Obsidian Steeds, which predictions are open right now. So make sure you guys are voting and using
I gotta gamble.
Using your Bison Bucks here.
Free gambling, guys.
Exactly. We are going to swap over and now look at the standings of what is going to be Division A.
Well, first I need to predict money on my team and then go from there.
Fair enough. Well, I was to say your team specifically, Urban, is doing pretty well. Car Swapper's obviously sitting at 4-0 right now, which I think you guys can be pretty happy about that one.
That's not my team. That's not my team. Tonight, my team is going to be Obsidian Steeds because no one's going to bet on them. So you always bet on the underdog for maximum profit. And I'm hoping they're going to win.
You say maximum profit. So far, it's 4-2 in favor of Obsidian Steeds, even if the Bison Bucks don't quite say that. So make sure you guys use those Bison Bucks. Get out and support your team. Looking so far, though, Obsidian Steeds sitting at 2-1 right now. So they do have a positive record. We do see Final Boss also sitting at 2-1. I apologize for the train in the background. I'm going to close my window real quick.
Train's here. Nothing wrong with living by the train.
Train's here. Makes it a little annoying. But yeah, so both teams sitting at 2-1 right now. So we'll see if anyone's going to be taking some fun dubs tonight. Obviously, Urban, I think we know who you're going to be voting for, but we're going to swap over and pull up some stats, which Urban, I know how much you love the stats on this one. So we're going to be talking about Obsidian Steeds first.
Hey, numbers do not lie. I mean, sometimes they lie in Rocket League, but they do not lie usually. So Obsidian Steeds here, Randy with 1.86 goals per game. I mean, that's pretty solid, but excuse me, it's a little, not the highest as I want to be, but Togs. Surprised this man Togs only has 0.57 goals per game. I really hope he can step up in the scoring process, but I know Randy's been telling me he's been kind of slumped lately when he's not playing the best in league. So I think it really depends on, honestly depends on both these guys. I mean, if Randy can pop off, but Togs just showing what he's capable of as well, I think will be important for goals per game. Assists, doesn't look like they are doing much passing plays at all. So maybe if they can get a couple in there to really change up the style and catch a Final Boss off guard would be good. Saves per game is pretty okay. 2.29 and 1.57, solid. Shots per game, almost 5 and 3.5. So they're a very offensive team. They just aren't necessarily scoring all the time.
You don't need to actually score. Scoring's overrated. Let's be honest.
Garrett G said you just got to score more goals to win games, but
well, you want to talk about scoring. You want to talk about scoring first of all. We're gonna pull up Final Boss's stats, which are, I'll let you talk about them, but it's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, Final Boss's stats, they got those juicy red painted numbers. Stewie with a whopping, I think that's a 3.43 goals per game on my computer here, which is nutty. That is insane. And Fan is legendary with double the amount of goals per game as Togs with 1.14. So Stewie is also getting his teammate more involved in scoring, which is very good. But Fan is legendary is also a go-to teammate because he has the most assists per game. He's setting up Stewie for all of his shots at 1.57. So that I think the passing plays, according to the stats, Final Boss is doing much better in that category. And Stewie's shots per game,
it's kind of unreal.
7 a game, bro. This man doesn't stop shooting. I don't think I've had more than 10 games where I've shot more than 7 times other than once. In 2s and 3s, I've probably not more than 10 games I've shot more than 7 shots. So that is insane. Van Legendary, not to hide him away either. He's at 3.5. He's at half that. These guys are putting 10 shots a game, so you better hope your saves per game is pretty good against these guys, or else you're going to be in a world of hurt against Stewie and Fan is legendary. And what's even crazier is it makes sense that Stewie has goals and shots per game in the red because his shooting percentage is almost 50% at 49%. That is insane to me. I think he's just a consistent man. There's a reason he's the rank he is. And Final Boss was a very tough team to beat, as when we played them, it was very tough. So I would expect Final Boss to win according to these stats, but I also am hoping Obsidian Steeds can give them a run for their money as well tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting so far. Again, both these teams are 2-1, which, looking at who they've played, I'm gonna, I was gonna say, first of all, Final Boss's games, I will probably say have been a little bit harder. They did Final Boss as far as their stats. They 3-1 over Frosted Flakes. They did lose to Car Swappers, which, you know, everyone kind of does, let's be honest. And they they also beat Pulse Ultra. So, you know, other teams they did face a little bit lower in the rankings versus Obsidian Steeds. They beat OK Boomer, who is sitting at 0-3 right now. And then they lost to Frosted Flakes. And then they beat Pulse Ultra, also at 3-0. So Obsidian Steeds has not beaten a team that has a win under their belt so far. So hard to know, you know, what that actually is going to mean. But for right now, I'd say Obsidian Steeds, I need to see them prove themselves against a team that has a little bit more oomph kind of behind it. Yeah,
definitely got to prove that they can handle the offense of these more diverse teams when it comes to ELO. I think it's a big difference, and just in general, I think as long as they can shut down Stewie, I feel like with early challenges, just be annoying, just get in his way, don't let him do what he wants. I think that can really help them out. Obviously demos and stuff too. I'm not a huge demoer, so that's not necessarily my thing, but I feel like just being as annoying as possible as the first man, and just challenging smart can really change the game against these really diverse ELO teams. But at the same time, you just gotta, I don't know, that's my prediction. I feel like if they play like that, that's how successful they will. And then Final Boss, the other way around, is if they can play around that exact play style and adapt to that early challenge prowess and get like more 1v1 situations as well. I think that's how it can go both ways as well.
So do I have an official game prediction? Also, you guys, just FYI, submissions for predictions are going to be open for probably about 5 more minutes as we get into this game. So far, it is 7-6 in favor of Final Boss, so actually really close. I was talking to Randy earlier. He was asking for a little bit of advice on, you know, how to beat Final Boss, so who knows what they're going to end up playing with. It will be interesting to see, but I want to hear your official prediction.
Again, Bison Bucks, I'm taking the Steeds because I want to make some money. I've watched the Steeds only once, and I've played against Final Boss, and I watched them beat Pulse Ultra in a pretty interesting fashion. So, I mean, if I'm realistic, I'm gonna go like Final Boss like 3-1. But if I want to be optimistic, I want to go Obsidian Steeds 3-2 Game 5.
Ooh, see, I'm gonna go. Ooh, okay. Well, because I was, like I said, I was talking to Randy, so I want them to kind of win because then they're like, hey, my advice helped. But I do think if Stewie is shooting well, if she's shooting accurate, I really don't see a way that Final Boss doesn't win. So I'm gonna go 3-1 Final Boss. Looking at it so far, it's now 8-6 in favor of Final Boss. So I've asked the players already. They're memeing a little bit, so we're just gonna hop into it and assume that this is gonna go well.
Yeah, should be a really exciting matchup for everybody watching, and thank you for tuning in on a Friday night. To all the viewers out there, I know not all of us are usually free around Friday night, but I'm glad everybody's here to watch it. I'm glad I'm here to cast, and this should be an exciting matchup, K2, because if you wanted the Urban Living energy for this game, I will bring it. And here we go off the kickoff. I can't really tell who's going, but Randy and Fan Legendary. Fan Living dominates, but Togs is cheating on the kickoff. Randy taking control. Let's see what he can do. He's doing some spinnies because he doesn't not spin on his air dribble, so you know he's going to do some fancy stuff. But Fan is Legendary is there, but Togs trying to pop it off the back wall. Is Randy there? But no, Stewie gets a solid clear, but it's a little sketchy. Randy tries to punish them with a quick challenge, and Togs goes for the challenge, but Fan is Legendary just beats him entirely and gets a quick 1-0 goal right off the start.
That really
K-Tool, what is your opinion on the first 20 seconds?
First 20 seconds, I'm a little surprised how quick that was. It looks like we have one player. Togue seems to be lagging just a little bit, so we're trying to get his cam going again. But lag is always fun, you know. Lag is fun indeed. But you know what? Hopefully he's not lagging too much in game. That's really all that matters. But
Randy, what the? I'm sorry, Randy. What are you doing? Watch this again. Randy, what are you doing, bro? This was a slow shot. Like, I get he was shot it behind you, but okay, that's, I mean, I feel like Randy could have been back post there or something.
JX Witch, appreciate the follow, my good sir. Hopefully you're enjoying this content. As I will say, Randy and Togue's probably not enjoying the first couple seconds of this game, as little rough, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't like the most nutty shots in the world. I feel like positioning errors and just getting beat to the ball. But I think Randy and Togs can adjust to this game. I believe in them. But no, don't discredit the other team. Stewie and Fantasy Legendary, they are playing very offensively, keeping up the pressure, and that's why they're ahead 2-0 right now. Stewie with a nice fake to Legendary. Legendary going for a fun air dribble with 12 boost. That wasn't going to happen. But Randy's trying to make something happen with his boost and being speedy in the corner. But Stewie says, not today. Togs banging it back. Can Fantasy Legendary clear? He does. Togs going to say, no, I don't want you to clear it. Randy with a bang. Oh, clean 50 from Stewie, but Randy still has possession. He's going for some fancy fun, flipping, and okay, no go. Randy's like, I'll just keep possession a little bit longer. Stewie trying to not let that happen. Decent challenge. Togs there for a free pickup. Unfortunate.
Ooh, that one, the feels backflips. Actually, Togs has a chance of this one. Unfortunately, not dropping. Hey, Jake Switch, appreciate the compliments. Is this one going in? Randy putting this one in. We got Togs back on cams.
Where's the defense?
Still lagging just a little bit, but yeah, defense was lacking a little bit. Stewie, it wasn't a bad clear, but Fantasy Legendary, he started the lead for boost, and then that one's gonna hurt. But hey, at least we're seeing some offense coming out of Obsidian Steeds. Good for them to not fall back too far behind. Again, it obviously is a best of 5, so we got a little ways to go in the series, but nice that Randy can actually get some offense again. Both teams are sitting at 2-1 right now, so they want to make sure they're staying above that 50% mark as far as game win percentage.
Yeah, and Randy was telling me that he wasn't having the best shooting percentage and just couldn't shoot. Oh, no.
Oh, right as I turned the cams off, they're back.
I was
hitting it again.
To hype Randy up, but that's just unfortunate. Very unfortunate save. Oh, it feels backflip into the own goal. You know, Randy, I'd clip that. That was impressive.
Oh, 10 out of 10. Yeah, I think you just got to laugh it off. Obviously, again, being this early in the series, you can't get too down on yourself because then the mental goes, and once the mental goes, it really is all downhill from there. And Urban, as I say, for anyone who's made some, bad mistakes, some dumb goals, you're definitely got some experience. So, out of curiosity, in all honesty, when that happens, do you laugh it off? Do you kind of, you let it fester? Like, what is the best way to just ignore it?
Playing as a previous tilted player, and I've been working on I'm just a negative person in general, if I'm being honest. So like trying to get out of the negativity has always been hard for me. But like playing with heat and the weird cars helps me stay positive. And Silk's always telling me too. He's like, we go on a 5-game win streak and then we lose 1 game and I'd be down on myself and then I start playing bad. So recently I'm like, you know what? Who cares? We're just having fun, just play the game. And I feel like if you just kind of have that whatever mindset, it helps you shake it off. And that's why I always, whenever I miss open nets or bad saves, I always nice shot what I save myself because I think it helps out.
Ooh, and Randy with
when
another
you don't
one.
There and you just start vibing, dude. Togs with a decent flick and they start scoring and they're clear. They're in this game. This game's closer than it looks.
It is pretty close. You guys can see how laggy Togs is in the cam. So if he does drop, I apologize. I will keep trying to get him back here. But if he does drop, apologize. But Obsidian Steeds, they're getting goals back, which a little surprising. One thing I will say that they need to really focus on is Stewie's shooting. Again, he's not going to be the most crazy mechanical person. It's the shots. Strong, accurate shots are going to be the killer for Obsidian Steeds. If they can shut that down from Stewie, we see Randy obviously with a poor clear. Stewie's shots is going to be what wins final bosses of the games. You focus on that. That's how Obsidian Steeds is going to take the series.
Yeah, if you guys want to take notes, you don't gotta be fancy, man. If you can just have speed and be in the right spot and shoot accurately all the time, that's what gets you the really high ranks. And Stewie's proven it here tonight. But Randy's trying to be fancy because he wants to hit clips on the stream, which I respect. If you're fancy on stream, you know what you're trying to do. But we'll see if it works out. Randy with a great challenge. Oh, what a save by Stewie. But I almost called him trash. It's Togs. Togs with a nice shot, but it was unfortunately not in the net. Stewie with kind of a fake challenge there. Randy got kind of faked out as well. Stewie has, I'm guessing, little boost, so he was not able to follow that up. But Fantasy Legendary is trying to get a decent pass or something, but Randy deleted him. And he's trying to delete Stewie, but he says psych, and now Togs is going to go for the challenge. Decent dunk. Can Togs rig this? No, he's not. He went for the bump. Randy's there for the read, but he could not put it in.
Couldn't put it in, unfortunate. Indeed. But they're trying. I got to give them props for that. As long as they're getting their shots. Again, it's game 1. We got time. Now, granted, this game 1 is going to be dwindling pretty fast. As we're going to see another goal coming in. Stewie, I mean, part of it's just like, yeah, it
Kind of a
was
double commit in the
decent, but
corner
yeah,
there.
exactly. You see the double commit. So a little bit of lag coming out actually is yeah, as I say, we okay. I'm gonna give up on Togs, Cam. I apologize, you guys, but Togs is clearly lagging a ton and he's gonna keep disconnecting. So hopefully again it doesn't disconnect him in game at all. We're looking at his ping, and ping seems to be fine. So not sure what's going on there. What is going on here? What? How
Randy
is
must
this
have been so low on
in?
boost. I don't know what happened there. He must have been too low on boost and didn't recover fast enough to shoot that. But Togs did a great dunk.
Oh no! It's so free. Is anyone there? Granny, you got the shot, but Stewie with the spawn, just getting enough boost there. 25 seconds left. There is so many demos going on this field right now. It's kind of hard to keep track of. As Stewie should have an open net here. You missed. Togs missed.
Calculated fake.
Randy's got it.
Because Randy's gonna pass it right to Legendary.
There. It's off the post.
Oh man, this is a lot of intense action in the last 30 seconds. However, a 3-goal miracle is not going to happen for the Obsidian Steeds.
3-goal miracle is in fact not going to happen. What an ugly start to that series. That was definitely surprising. Coming
they were looking great in the first 2 minutes, and then the final boss just kind of they just took advantage of the overcommits and double commits and.
Yeah, it was honestly, it was really just all downhill from there. We're gonna try Togs one more time to get him in here, but again, I don't have a ton of faith.
Does he need a server swap or?
No, it's literally just like his phone. The video capture, he keeps lagging a ton. So we'll try one more time.
The thing looks pretty normal. So
yeah, we'll try one more time. If it doesn't work, I'm just gonna give up. But game one, I mean, you got to give props. The final boss hitting their shots. They're getting their chances and turning it in. We saw a lot of goals from final boss coming out of just kind of counters and quick shots because Obsidian Steeds, they could not clear the ball. You saw Randy and Togs both struggling to clear it. So if they can fix the clears, that'll fix Stewie getting those close shots. So hopefully that'll solve it. But that was just an ugly first game from Obsidian Steeds, so hopefully they'll be able to change up some stuff.
And that post is my worst enemy and probably 90% of the worst enemy of everybody else in here when it comes to the offense. So hopefully they can get either the bar downs if they want to hit that post, or just not hit the post at all and hit it in the net. That would be also beneficial for the other team, Obsidian Steeds. But so far they dominate the kickoff, but Legendary gets a nice little pinch pop. Randy taking his time. He's waiting for Fanta's Legendary here. He's going to take the boost. Legendary on 0, but gets a solid dunk over Randy. But Togs is there to read that. Stewie's probably going to challenge Randy here. Solid 50, but Togs should keep possession. Is he going to go for something fun? He's looking for a Canary dribble of some sort, but doesn't get anything out of it. Randy taking possession, though. Legendary with a decent challenge, but Randy with a great kind of pinch off that challenge, but Stewie's there to follow it up. Togs taking up there. Keep out the pressure here. I like the pressure. Y'all, if you can keep pressuring him on offense, that'll create goals. As Randy almost, if he had a little more power there, maybe would have scored. But so far, Stewie and Legendary are keeping up their defense.
Ooh, I like the little end there. We see Stewie actually with a card change, changing to Semper Decal. Togs, actually, that's a really good touch to the corner now. Buying time for Randy to get back as Togs, again, is monkeying. So then my question to you is, if Stewie doesn't hit the shots, how do you think Final Boss is going to figure out their offense here? Because so far, Randy and Togs are doing a much better job, as you can see here, clearing out shots and not giving shot opportunities from point-blank ranges. That's actually off the post. I say point-blank range. Oh, that one's going to hurt. Point-blank range doesn't matter. Randy and Togs not able to capitalize. Randy actually faked out from Fanta's Legendary, which I don't really blame him. I mean, I think you do have to read the touch there if you are Randy, so unfortunate circumstances for him, but Final Boss is going to take it.
Biggest brain fake by Legendary. That was all part of the plan, dude. I think he knew what he was doing, and Randy just got faked beyond belief. But yes, that is also tough. You have to read that. You have to cover your net. So I guess whether he hit that or not, it was just all calculated and part of the plan. So far, with the 1-0 lead. But I think the Obsidian Steeds are still playing great this game. They just need to find
it's much
their
better.
First goal here.
It is much better from last game. I will give them that. But
they're gonna get scored on here.
It was much better. So much better. God, yeah, they're playing great so far.
Where's the defense? Already just dove in. I mean, I guess he kind of had to. I feel like he could have maybe had time to rotate back, but it's hard to tell from the camera angle to see where he was.
So one thing I gotta say, I'm starting to get a little worried because this whole Silence K-Tool thing has now reached 69%. As we see more people betting Bison Bucks. So Y'all, if you guys want me to shut up for 5 minutes, you know, feel free to you know, donate some Bison Bucks, and Urban can just solo cast an entire game.
I'll try my best. I mean, I'll gladly be down. Urban K2 Energy can give it up here, and Randy's just gonna take this one because it's free 99. That's where that name came from back in the day, FYI, because Randy's got these shots on sale for free, easy open net. Now it's just a one-goal game.
It'll happen soon, you say.
Keep the momentum. Toes. Decent challenge, decent kickoff, but they decided to let Stewie go for this. Stewie deciding to fake, gives out the sorry in chat. No big deal, Stewie, it's not a problem, because Randy's just gonna score that instead. So maybe it was a problem for Stewie, because that, you know what? It just happens that way. Fan is legendary. Honestly, decent clear, but Randy was able to read that clear and get a nice, easy shot in the back of the net.
I will say that Randy's playing a little bit better. You know, Togs is playing a little bit better, a little cleaner. But every time we say something, every time we try to praise them, they get a really bad clear or just a really bad touch, and then it's instantly capitalized. So until they stop doing that, I really can't see good things happening for Obsidian Steeds. They need to have a clean play for just a minute, as we see Randy going for. Oh, that's free.
Oh,
Randy, a little awkward at the corner.
We should praise Stewie and Legendary, because maybe then they would start messing up, because the caster curse is just inevitable at this point. So, but that would be a little caster bias.
Now,
but Legendary and
we got
Stewie
barbecue Matt in chat saying that I just need to stop talking about the Steeds and leave them alone. I mean, I'm trying, dude. You know, every time I'm like, oh, they're doing something great, and then they just mess up. So yeah, I think you're right. I'll just leave them alone, and we'll see if they can stir up some greatness here. Because it is a tie game, so I mean, there definitely is winnable. Obviously, they did lose game 1, but we got a long series to go, giving it a best of 5. Ground pinch potentially coming out of Togs. Actually does 50 middle, but Randy not, unfortunately, there. He's got 64 boost to work with. Pops it over Randy. 1. Can he get this centered? It's awkward. Togs actually, it's a fake.
Togs, why are you backwards? Okay, he recovered. Randy?
That's so risky to go for.
Oh. Yeah, that was very ballsy indeed, because if he didn't win that 50, that could have been really bad. But he is now back and able to take possession again. But Stewie's going to take that boost and make it so he can't keep possession.
What a save!
Sketchy save. Sketchy save, but good for Togs for being there. Oh my, that gave me a heart attack for a second.
Only slightly sketchy. Randy's got plenty of boost. He gets it around 1. Good flick, but now he's only got 14 boost to work with. For the shot, almost up to 90. Togs there with an open down. He missed! That was the golden opportunity that needed to fall in, and we're going to play on under a minute left in game 2. That should have been it. That should have been the game. Obsidian Steeds, they just don't want to score.
I feel bad right now.
They just don't want to score.
I'd be in my head if I was Togs, man, because those suck when you miss those. I mean, I understand, because that happens to me. Like, everyone's like,
that's another it may look easy. That's another open miss.
Hey, man, it might be nerves. I don't know, man. It's just tough. Especially when you miss one, you start to miss more, because you're just in your own head. So I hope they could. I think this might go to overtime. I'm guessing it's going to overtime, and I hope the open nets don't happen. Togs good recovery. They're just gonna go right in. Oh no! Defensive falling apart for Steeds. Oh, unfortunate. Togs just cut in a little too early and gets punished for it.
Well, as red as Randy got blown up too, so really nothing he could do there in that situation. Yeah. And if you're Randy, you got 20 seconds left. You really got to pull out. I can't even say a miracle, because every one of these games has just been kind of ugly. So Randy probably going for an air dribble, because that's what he does. Maybe going for a bump on the goal line. He actually does trip up Stewie, but unfortunately Stewie does recover. Really good mechanics there for Stewie to get back in front of that ball. 4 seconds left. Stewie probably just going to try to get a shot on target, maybe kill this ball. He does try to get it to drop.
Oh, Randy lost possession. This something can happen here. Togs is going to catch it. Nice pop.
And
Stewie with a great clear to kill it though.
We got quick boots with the subscribing for Twitch Prime. Appreciate that, Mr.
Hey, thanks for the sub.
Long time no see would be an understatement.
Yeah, that was a close game.
I don't know if you know who Quick Boots is, but yeah, he's been around a while, been hiding in the background. He was one of the OG players. Like he was before I was even in the club. But
well, we respect it then. It's nice. I'm glad to see OOG players.
One thing I want to say is that this is 2 games in a row that we've seen Final Boss have at least 5 saves. And again, it's Obsidian Steeds. They just can't find the back of the net. And every goal again, that Obsidian Steeds is giving up is just a bad clear or a bad touch to the corner. And again, it prevails. They need to change that up. I want to see Final Boss actually work for their goals instead of kind of just be given freebies here.
Yeah, it comes down to consistency again. I mean, Obsidian Steeds had that game. They at least had a chance to have 3 goals in the net, you know, pretty clearly, and that's gotta hurt right there. That's gotta be tough.
That was
right
fast
off the
indeed.
get-go.
We got Instinct gifting a sub to W Alexander 23 or Walexander 23, however you want to say it. Instinct, appreciate that. And Walexander, if you're in the chat, you know, make sure to tell Mr. Instinct thank you. Always appreciate the support. And appreciate everyone tonight who has been gifting subs, subscribing, Prime or not, and just following in general.
Randy? Oh, what a save by Stewie.
Ooh, Stewie up tall, up high. This is actually going to be awkward. Randy jumping up. He missed.
Oh, my goodness.
This is going downhill fast. Legendary, even in the chat, saying, my bad. Randy, he should have had this one. Pixels. Pixels is all that separated him from the car and the ball. That one hurts.
You know, if I'm Randy,
hurts.
I'm probably a little frustrated at this point, not going to lie. But, you know what? It's still super duper early. Any comeback can happen. So I'm not counting them out yet. They just need to calm down and just settle in, take possession. That's a good solid fake. So now it's just a 1v2. Can Randy do something with it here? He's got all the time in the world to go for an air dribble of some sort. He gets the up by Randy. That's what I like to see from my old twos teammate. Randy going for the bump. He says, screw the air dribble. I'm just gonna do the old-fashioned way and get a nice clean air dribble bump in theory. Score than that.
In theory, this is going well, which is interesting. Randy actually specifically talked to me earlier saying he wants to only hit air dribble bumps because I was talking about Stewie and how good his shooting is. Randy's like, so just air dribble bump the whole time. I'm like, okay.
I mean, he said the only goals he can score recently are air dribbles exclusively. So, I mean, if you only go for the goal, you can shoot exclusively on net every time.
Well, you know why that is, though, right? It's because Randy isn't playing Rocket League as much. He's just playing Genshin Impact now. So he's just a Genshin main. We're going to see Legendary trying to toss it one on target. Randy, that's actually such a great touch to the sideball. Stewie definitely not respecting that and got caught out by it. Now, Togs jumping for that one. He did not have a lot of boost. He actually missed the corner, too. Randy having to dive back for that one. Randy's going to be on low boost and going to get demoed. Can Stewie capitalize on this one? He's got lots of time going for a flick, but Randy wants nothing to do with that. Togs now throwing this one to the corner. Is Togs going to be able to follow it up? Actually slowing it down. Gets it past one.
I can't see.
I was going to say, no one can see, but...
No one can see what was going to happen to that pass, but Stewie's going to... Togs? Oh, they're saved.
Double tap. That's not a good first touch from Stewie. Randy now in a one-on-one situation. It's up over Legendary. Can Stewie get back?
Oh, he packed it in, though. Stewie's going to take control here, though. He's a decent control of an air dribble. Yeah, clean. Togs trying to mess him up, though. Randy got to play shadow defense here. Doesn't get the touch.
Oh, no, Stewie. The second I turn the cams off.
Yeah.
That one, again, every single goal that Final Boss is scoring is a poor touch or a lack of touch coming from Obsidian Steeds, and this goal is no different. It's the same thing as game 1 and 2. We know what the issue is. We know why Obsidian Steeds is giving up goals, but they're just not changing it, and you're just wondering, you know, what is happening here?
Yeah, I mean, I think on that last goal, Togs expected the Randy to get a touch, and he didn't, and then Togs was in a good position, but Stewie saw he was back post, and it was kind of a point-blank shot, so he knew to put it near post, and I think just... Again, it just comes down to consistency and just being in the right position at the right time, which is easier said than done, you know, for everybody. But so far, I just think Stewie and Legendary have been a bit more consistent than Obsidian Steeds tonight.
I was gonna say there's a couple chatters, you know, talking about having some nice cold ones right about now, and a couple people saying you can tell the casters have had a few.
Hey, nothing wrong with a few cold ones, guys. Don't worry about it. I am of age, but what pitch?
What?
Randy is known for pinching an own goal, but this time he finally pinches it into the other net. Randy, why didn't you do that when I was on your team, bruh? What a shot!
I was just saying, what a
RNG
redirect.
Champ right there. That title is why he gets that pinch.
The Stewie redirect. I mean, if that's what it takes for them to score, then so be it. As long as they're okay, as long as they're
good shadow defense from
wait for it. Okay, now we're good. Now I'm not worried that there's going to be a goal in 2 seconds. Ranny air dribbling again, as Ranny does, and we all know Ranny air dribbles about 20 more times than he probably should. But when we see, okay, first of all, Stewie and Ranny are so opposite. Ranny wants to aerial and air dribble everything. Stewie just wants to bang ball hard on net, power and accuracy, and that seems to be so far in this series the winning play style.
Yes, definitely indeed. Unless Randy can definitely pop off. Okay, that's a solid
air
touch
dribble.
for Randy.
It's an air dribble.
Come on, Randy! Oh, I can't get a good defense from Stewie and Legendary here. Legendary gonna take control, but it's a little risky. Randy goes for a ballsy challenge. Togs can't get the quite touch he wanted, but it still goes back to Randy with a ballsy challenge himself, and that's gonna be an open net, unfortunately.
No.
Yeah, Randy got a little too aggressive there, in my opinion, and that he got punished for it.
What's interesting is, yeah, how much time there was. Yeah, Randy last back, getting aggressive. And I mean, you're down by 1, I get it. You know, you got a minute 20 left, but I mean, again, every goal. Have you seen Final Boss score any decent goals that wasn't off of a missed touch from Obsidian Steeds?
I mean, nothing super fancy at all. Just honest. I mean, has it literally been open nets for the most part? I feel like it. I mean, maybe a couple of defensive errors, but yeah, nothing fancy at all in these games. Just a lot of, they're just waiting for mistakes, like Togs, like that. I mean, everybody missed the ball, and then Togs got a free shot. So,
which I mean, still,
that's just been the story of this game.
You got to give props to Legendary and Stewie. I mean, they're hitting their shots so far. They are capitalizing. Yeah. They're doing a really, really good job at that. But
they're playing.
That's, yeah, you know, again, I just want to see some good goals. Can we get a goal that's not ugly or off of a misplay, please?
You know what? I love urban living goals. Not ugly goals are always the best to score, you know. So I respect the ugly goals, but I understand.
You know who's someone who can only score ugly goals is Greek. The other day, Greek Instincts and I were playing some threes, and Greek only could score off of like some weird 50 pinches or own goals or just some BS. And it was a meme, but it kept going for like 20 minutes. Yes, Instinct and chat. Just seriously, Greek. It was ridiculous.
Hey. Whatever gets the job done, you don't gotta hit a double flip reset, musty, quadruple breezy flip. You know, it doesn't matter what you do, as long as you score. If you care about winning,
hey, exactly, right there. As long as you score. Brad in chat saying, yeah, all goals are worth the same. They are. You know, if you score a crazy flip reset, or if you just toss it in, it's an own goal. It's worth.
Uh oh, Randy, you're down by 1. You got to do something, man. There's only 8 seconds left.
What is this? It's such a scuffed series so far. I mean, truly. And that's going to be it right there.
That's shocked. Well played by Final Boss. We got to give him credit. May seem a little caster bias. We always cheer for the underdogs, but you got to give Final Boss credit where it's due, and they played a heck of a series, and that's why they got the 3-0 sweep tonight.
Yeah, that was a little rough, if I'm being honest, there from Obsidian Steeds. But I mean, hey, again, you got to give props where it's due. Stewie and Legendary, they came out, they had a game plan, they took advantage and counterattacked, and they really capitalized on mistakes. That was the winning play tonight, and props to them. They did it extremely, extremely well.
Yes, I don't think they really missed an open net, if I remember correctly, which if you don't miss any open nets, then if you get 4 a game, then that's a guaranteed 4 goals. So yeah, give it to them for just being accurate and consistent. GG's to everybody.
All right, looks like hopefully these players are in fact ready for a player interview. So are you ready to talk to tonight's winners?
I should be.
All right, let's go talk to them.
Hello.
Well, hello, guys. How's it going after that quick 3-0?
It's okay. I mean, you know, we just played Rocket League. Honestly, I don't know. It was one of those kind of series where I don't know. I felt like that was the worst Rocket League I played in a while.
To be honest, was a pretty scuffed series. It seemed coming from both sides. I mean, you guys took the dub. It was 3-0. It seemed like pretty much every goal that was scored was off of a capitalization from a mistake coming out of a player. But I mean, you know, you digging through the trenches. You guys came out with the dub, and it was a 3-0. So, Legendary, what's on your mind there, bud? I'm curious your thoughts on that series.
I don't know. I felt like I just didn't play too great, but at the end of the day, we still won. So, yeah.
That's all that matters. Urban, what you got for these guys?
I mean, yeah, win's a win. Hey, I'm there with you with not playing great. I felt like I didn't play great yesterday, but win's a win for indeed. It doesn't matter, like I said. If we go 3 games, 5 games are ugly goals. You guys are still consistent enough to score. If you didn't hit anything fancy, you know, it is what it is. But you're still 3-1 now, I believe, or 4-1. I'm not quite sure exactly,
3-1.
but 3-1. Yeah, so
yep, you guys are
you guys are
pretty
doing
right
great. You're still keeping your goals up high. You played. I thought you guys still played solid compared. Just solid in general. So
Thank
keep it up. Keep it
now.
up, boys.
It was fun. I mean, hey, you know what? If you guys play as bad as you yourself have said tonight, and you're still 3-0ing. I'm just saying. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to deal with you guys playing on a good day. I will say, obviously, if you're Randy and Toes, you guys got some work to do. They are sitting at 50-50 right now, 2-2 records. So, anything can happen. But I'm curious, in a game like tonight, when you guys, both kind of agree you weren't playing the best, what do you guys do to keep up the comms, to keep up the mental, knowing that you're kind of struggling?
I don't know. We were kind of just like talking, and I was kind of telling him, I haven't played well lately, and he said, just keep it kind of simple, just play as simple as possible, and try and make the least amount of mistakes. I know I made plenty of mistakes. I mean, if you saw, I messed up 2 kickoffs in a row. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. And I don't know. We were just trying to keep it as simple as possible, and I mean, if we're still winning like this, I guess it's okay. But it was kind of one of those nights where we didn't play as well as we know we can.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Enough. It makes sense. First of all, Shebra, appreciate the follow. Hopefully you are enjoying the content tonight. Legendary, I got one more question for you. So now you guys are sitting at 3-1, right? You guys are sitting on top. Is there any teams you're afraid of going through the rest of the series? Because now you guys already faced Heat. You got that out of the way. Who are you worried about facing next? Can
I just say something quickly?
Sure.
Ever since we played Heat and Urban, up to that series, I don't know about Legendary, but I felt really good going into that series, and then losing it to you guys, it just kind of like it was almost like somebody took a dump in my mouth. Like it was so bad. Like I felt like somebody just kicked me down the street. It sucks so bad to lose that, because I wanted to win it so bad. No, it's nothing against you. It's just that series in general just kind of,
I know what you guys.
It just wrecked my mindset. It
yeah,
really
I know what
did.
you mean. I feel that, like, when I was playing last night in game 4 and I just got like 100 points and he led like 1200, like I felt the same way. So like
Yeah.
I get where you're coming from. I feel like if you guys just get a good mind reset and just stay positive. I mean, there's a lot of games everybody makes it to the playoffs. Doesn't matter how well you do, it just matters who you play when you start the season. So and you guys are 3-1, so I wouldn't be that sad. So I get where you're coming from, but you guys played solid still. And if you guys played bad and you 3-0 Obsidian and Steeds, imagine if you guys play insane against anybody else. I think it'll be a dominant game. So I think everybody, just in general for everybody watching, just stay positive. Rocket League's a grind. So we all have our bad games and our good games.
Appreciate
and
Thank you.
yeah,
Yes.
I think everybody is solid. So
all right,
and
now
that's legit.
Okay, hold on. Time out. We do need to acknowledge the fact that Paul is in chat. Urban, I don't know if you ever knew who Paul was, but Paul was the original caster. He's the one who created the stream and everything. So he's back in chat. What a legend. So yeah, I just had to quick shout out him. But
salutes the Paul.
Looping all the way back around my question, Legendary, I still want to get an answer of who you're most afraid of. Don't think you got away from that one.
Not really afraid of anybody, but the team I honestly kind of think could do the best would be Dunk and Trey. I don't know. They're both kind of decent, so
I have to agree with him. Yeah,
I have to say that would be.
No, I have to agree with them. They're same with even like I know Greek and Ibex didn't really show up against against Instinct and Silk, but I mean still they're dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean there's so many teams that are just dangerous that we still have to play.
True.
Like even you, K-Tool, even my brother, even Baker and Cozy, like it's just this whole Division A is so stacked.
Yeah.
There's no like there's no like team that you know is a guaranteed win. Like even though we did beat them tonight, I mean half the games were 3-1 or 3-2.
No, it's
a one-goal game.
It's super close.
Yeah.
But we are gonna let you guys go, let you celebrate. You've not got the weekend, you're done for the week. You guys got some solid dubs. You guys are sitting pretty. So congratulations again. And I will say best of luck to the future. You guys enjoy your weekend.
Thank you.
All right, take care, guys.
Bye.
Peace out.
All right, you guys. That was, again, tonight's winners. Final boss, they're sitting very pretty right now, obviously sitting at 3-1. So definitely, I'd say right now they are actually in second place right now. Obviously, you have Car Swappers sitting at 4-0. So Urban, you know, not a bad job there. And then, yeah, Final boss sitting at 3-1. Really solid games tonight. Really cool to see, you know, everyone that came out, all the fans. Couple OGs who I wasn't expecting, as in, you know, Paul coming out and Quick Boots coming out, who I haven't seen to and talked to for quite a long time. So cool to see, and appreciate all the support, you guys. Urban, how do you feel now? We're coming down to a close on this one. Mr. Urban, did you mute me in Discord? He totally muted me on Discord. All right. Well, anyways,
I just heard stream delay, so I for some reason can't unmute you, K2. So sorry for the problem, but yes, I did accidentally mute you in Discord, K2. But I'm struggling to unmute you. But I feel like the stream went really well. Thanks for having me, hosting me to cast tonight. Sorry for the minor technical difficulty at the end here, but appreciate everybody for having me here, and it was really fun. And have a good one, guys. And thanks for following the stream, and make sure to follow NDSU on all the platforms.
Yeah, speaking of all the platforms, yeah, you guys have been amazing so far. Following the YouTubes, you know, following just the channel in general. Obviously, we just broke the 300 follower mark, which has been pretty insane. We weren't expecting to hit it, obviously, as soon as we did. We do obviously have lots more stuff coming up, more Rocket League. Obviously, next week is week 3. We're done with week 2, so we are now a third of the way done, at least as far as league play goes, which is kind of crazy that we got the, you know, 4 more weeks and then we got playoffs. So obviously, lots of things can happen, but that's you know, that's in the future. We aren't going to worry about that now. Now it is time to celebrate and go enjoy a weekend. I know I'm definitely gonna be doing that. I know Urban, you are as well. So again, appreciate everyone who has come out, supported us tonight. It really means a lot, you guys. We have come, as Paul knows, especially Paul and, you know, Quick Boots. We've come a long ways, and we just, you know, keep upping the production. So any like donations and stuff, it all just goes funnels right back into this. Lots of cool more things coming behind the scenes. Which if you want to know more, you know, make sure to just you know, follow the Discord and check it out, because we'll be telling you guys more stuff as stuff comes in. But that is gonna do it for tonight. Urban, anything else you want to say before we call it a night?
Not really. I had fun casting. If you guys like Urban to cast your games, Friday through Sunday, I'm always free. I work late on Monday through Thursday. That's why my games are played at 11:30, because I'm not off till 11. So if you like urban living energy, Friday through Sunday is a good time to cast. I know we're busy though, but I appreciate for K2 allowing me to cast today. And unfortunately, the games were both 3-0s tonight, but all the teams played great.
Right. Yeah,
all the teams played
really
great, and I always love watching the content and everybody improve. So I'm excited to see what our season has for the future.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So again, appreciate everyone who's come out tonight. Make sure, like I said, follow, and we'll be back next week for some week 3 for some more NDSU Rocket League action.